Hey guys, it's Saché.
And I'm Brinnelle.
Welcome to yours truly, the Momcast.
Yay! So today is a special episode. Today is Father's Day, so happy Father's Day!
And we wouldn't be mummies without these daddies.
For sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So, tell them about today's episode.
So today, we're bringing on the daddies.
Our baby daddies.
Our baby daddies, husbands, daddies.
And we thought, this Momcast, while it's a beautiful space for us mummies to be true and real, we want to give the daddies the opportunity to share a little bit about their fatherhood experience, their husbandhood experience, just baby daddy experience, whatever it is. And we hope you guys enjoy. So, at this time, we live in the set.
Yes.
This is not about us.
This is not about us.
Right? So, there we go.
Yeah.
Have we had all?
So
all right, cool. Dads.
Bye.
Y'all on.
So we here.
We get you.
We get you.
We take over.
We take over.
It's the dad cast.
This is the dad cast. This is the dad cast. The daddies take over. You ready?
You ready?
Let me get them.
Let me get them. Alright.
You want to introduce yourself first?
Alright, so my name is Roy Simmons. Everybody know me as Leroy.
Leroy, yeah.
I am the husband of Brinnelle, father of two beautiful girls,
Yes.
Zaria and Sanaya. Love all you. I am a R&B artist. I also do soca and dancehall.
Come on.
I'm also a songwriter. I'm also a content creator.
There we go.
Yes.
There we go. And a good one at that too earlier.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. And I am Cassell, the husband of Saché.
Mm-hmm.
I am proud father of a 1-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
I am also an artist, similar to Leroy.
Mm-hmm.
Soca artist at that.
And doing big things.
And doing big things. Come on, hey.
Hey.
I am also a bona fide parandero. I can't forget that.
Correct.
But outside of that, I'm a musician, writer, you name it. Where in regards to music, I've been there.
He's that guy.
He's that guy.
He's him.
He's him. All right, so let me jump in the questions now. You take question one. We see.
All right. So share what the labor experience was like for you.
Whew, that's a tough one.
Yeah, well, it was tough for her really, more than anybody. I was just the support, honestly.
Yeah.
I must say, I was a bit reluctant to go in there and do that because, when you see these things online, it's a lot more, it's boggling. It's a bit,
because naturally you don't have that connection to
correct
to what you're seeing online.
And that's what makes it a bit difficult.
Yeah.
However, what I would say is like when you're actually in there, that instinct of being a husband and a father
kicks in
automatically.
Yeah.
You want to, despite however disturbed you might be, you want to be there for your lady. So I'll say for me, it was more so about being there for her, and at the same time, boy, it was, despite the balling dog, it was plenty noise.
Yeah.
I'll say it was that beautiful thing in the sense that I get to see her go through that
Experience.
but successfully now, but by the grace of God, like at the end of everything, she was okay.
Yeah.
The baby was okay.
Yeah.
Even when the baby was coming, despite I telling myself I wasn't going to watch,
You what?
like bro, like actually seeing the head, bro.
So wait, she did natural birth.
Natural birth, correct.
Ooh.
So
And this was for the second
This
daughter.
is for the second child.
Okay.
I didn't get to catch the birth of my first child, Zaria, because I was during COVID.
Okay, understand.
I didn't even get past the front door. dog.
Yeah.
They say, hey, whoa,
Stay there.
you relax
You
yourself.
have COVID. Stay there.
Yeah. Basically.
Yeah.
So yeah, and like, bro, actually seeing like the curly and thing, and I was like, bro, because remember, like, you spend so much time talking to her,
Yeah, in the belly.
In the belly now, but
Yeah,
the second
yeah.
father like finally getting to meet the child, bro.
Yeah.
And not other than meeting the child for the first time, it was like seeing the head for the first time for me was like, how to say it, but almost like a milestone in the process.
Yeah.
Because we went from like her just pushing and
For a period of time.
just enduring that agony and like we reached here.
So like how long was it? How long was
I don't know, dog. I didn't know if it was more than a night outside. I don't know, dog. My brain wasn't my brain during that whole time, bro. It was like it was a long process in my mind.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it happened so quick now.
So
bro.
quickly.
Because at the end of the day, the whole journey started from like during the pregnancy now. We went from having to take care of my wife and now welcoming this child. Like we just went to like a new stage.
Yeah.
It wasn't quick, but at the same time, it's like you just had to be ready for
For
that next stage now. You just had to go into gear one time.
Got it.
Because as the baby born, you have to go and
You switch again, you know, because so when she was carrying the baby for 9 months, you naturally had to switch from what you were accustomed doing.
yeah,
Because again, as you rightfully said, you had to be that support system.
correct.
But then when the baby comes, it's a different switch, you know.
It's a different thing.
Because it's more people.
Correct.
More people.
Correct.
And you as a man, you now have to be the support system, not just for your wife,
Yeah.
but for your pick-me them.
Pick me them is
Pick me
correct.
them.
Because not just one hour.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So
bro.
that is crazy, bro.
But how that was for you though?
Well, so like how you see, I didn't want to see, and I chose not to because like how your wife did natural birth, my wife did a C-section.
Right.
And so let me get this story. So my wife she applied for the scholarship and she got through to study in London, right?
Yeah.
And 2 weeks into being in London, she calls me when I was in the studio recording. Cassell, where you at? Studio. What you doing? I'm trying to record something about you. Step outside for a while. All right, cool. I say, wait, I in trouble yet?
Yeah, what we do?
What? She showed me the pregnancy stick. Well, that was it. And believe it or not, and we were trying to get pregnant before,
Right.
And it didn't happen. Doctors, everything, and we would have had to go on this schedule of her taking tablets, of us having intimate time and whatnot. And because she got this scholarship, we say, here, what? Let's put that on pause. But God had a different part for us to take, bro. 2 weeks since I've been in London, pregnant. Cool. Fast forward to when I went up to London. So a month before she made the baby, I was in London with her because I needed to be there.
Right.
I almost lost my work because of that.
So the constant time off.
Yeah, the time off would have been the issue. But anyways, that's beside the point.
Yeah, like, we don't get into that.
No, the baby breached.
Yeah.
So we were planning for a natural birth. Like she was gonna do in the pool, I believe.
Yeah,
like
we
we
were
planning.
Yeah, that's what we wanted to do for the first one.
For the first one?
And it's the
Same. Yeah, and she breached. Cool, no problem. So we had to go into. So we knew that we had to do a C-section because they tried to turn the baby. That didn't work. So we knew that the C-section was gonna come. Bro, once, I can't remember what day it was, but just in the morning, she bawling, she in pain. I said, girl, is your scene dog?
Contractions.
So contractions, but we had to rush her. They say, the doctors and they say, here what, she's already here, let's do it. Because we were waiting for them to tell us when the C-section would be now.
Right.
So we went there from morning and we left there the day after because, she made the baby. I had to go home, get all the bags or whatever. And I remember when it was time for us to go into the theater, it was so calm, bro, in the sense that the doctors and nurses, bro, they were like very easygoing. They allowed us to play music.
But this is like a private setting?
No, it was in a public hospital in London. Yeah, public hospital in London.
Wow.
So what we basically experienced was a private experience in a public setting in London. What you would get privately in Trinidad, we got that in London's public hospital.
Anyway, what are you doing now?
That's it.
What are you doing?
And I remember at that point, when reality hit my dog, with C-section, you have to put this big needle so in
To do a...
I guess it's to numb the
Right.
pain for C-section. And I saw her in all she had on was this robe. All these doctors around, one male doctor there. She's exposed, she's seeing, they're seeing her.
You feel
and in my mind, I didn't feel like how I was like, wait boy, this is what you had to go through to make a baby boy.
Yeah.
Women are strong.
Correct.
And it's not physical strength, dog. It's that mental strength because you had to go through that entire experience. People seeing you.
Yeah.
And you still had to bring a baby in this world, bro.
And that's what I was saying, like, that's the beautiful part for me now, because like I can't imagine doing that, bro. That is crazy.
The little big soul. And I say that way that going.
Bro, the way I see, I wanna get too descriptive.
Yeah.
But to actually see the baby come out, bro. I was like, bro, like you just seeing the head come out.
Yeah.
And that's just leg.
Leg.
she look
fast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that look. I can't remember the weight. Oh God, Brinnelle, get back to me. But she was a big baby now, boy.
Yeah.
Bro, it's like that was such an emotional moment for me, eh?
Oh.
Cause it's like so much. It's like, bro,
Exactly.
like, cause one of my sometimes it get me anxious was, you know, I still hope and pray that everything goes well with the delivery now, bro.
Exactly.
The health, of course, a healthy baby, but the delivery, cause my wife,
he's a wife.
My wife.
You don't want nothing to happen to her.
Correct.
Yes,
So
you
like-
get a beautiful baby.
So, but it's just like a whole overwhelming rush of emotions. Wifey good,
yeah.
the baby good, she breathing, she crying.
And that was it.
She did long, but
It was a sigh of relief.
I thinking it's like, bro, like just looking at this test, baby, like you carry this human.
Exactly.
What for how long?
But let me tell you. So Saché is on the table,
Right.
and they are literally, and I'm hearing it. So you're hearing what they're doing, and so the rip apart. Well, you know this C-section goes.
So now, she's conscious during this time.
Saché was awake. Saché was
That how
awake.
they do that?
Bro,
I don't know.
I am sitting here. Sashé's on the line down there.
Yeah.
I am literally here. There's a curtain covering half of her body.
Right.
So I am not seeing what the doctors were doing. Now, if I could have stand up and look over, but I chose not to. No, even though I did, I had like a short glimpse of it. But I had her hand there, and she's watching me, and we had music playing in the background, some gospel music as well. Because as similar to you, you know, you want this experience to be safe. You don't know nothing to come with no kind of complications or anything like that. So you know,
because that's very possible.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's surgery when it comes to C-section. So as you rightly said, it's possible.
Yeah.
Anything can happen at that point in time. So you're praying for that. You're watching her. You're trying to support her. There, and from the moment they put the baby up like Simba in Lion King over the kitchen, there tears. Tears. God. I watched Saché watch me about we bought like two cats.
Yeah.
Tears, dog.
Nah, that real.
Tears.
That real.
For me, it wasn't a ball and big, but I just couldn't hold back the tears in my eyes.
Bro, it's hard.
Couldn't.
Because it was there the entire time, bro. You seen what she's been through.
Exactly. It's when we heard her start to cry, that was it. That was the moment I realized.
You're a dad. If
I'm
you thought
a
you was a dad before,
I'm a dad, no.
Yeah.
But
good vibes.
generally, the labor experience was good, boy. And I think my takeaway from the labor experience was women need to be respected more.
Correct.
Yeah?
Correct.
And I told Sash after everything, I was like, men need to experience what I just experienced. Because if you did, you would have more respect for women.
And that's the thing for me, boy. My admiration and respect for Brinnelle has tremendously increased because I've always admired her tenacity, her resilience, even before childbirth.
Yeah,
you know,
before that.
Seeing her endure certain challenges, whether doing work or school or whatever. Cool, we in this thing together a while, since like 2013. I went, it's a while, bro. We've been out here.
Similar to Sasha and I.
Serious?
Because we together since secondary school. Yeah, I mean, we had our on and offs. We had on and offs. But, you know, we came together.
But they're locked in, boy.
Locked in since whenever we locked in.
So to see her be so resilient throughout her life, and then to see her be resilient through this, I can't help but have respect for her. And like I said, not just her like woman on the whole, bro, because They were literally designed
to do this.
to do this.
A man cannot do
I
that.
cannot. I can't.
I cannot take a needle big so in my back. No, I am running. I am out. Bye bye. No, that happened in here, bro. And again, it's really just to see her strength, their strength.
Yeah.
And trust me, Sash, way boy. That was it. I was like, yeah, locked in forever for real.
Big up Saché and big up Brinnelle.
Big them up big time. What we say, question 2?
Let me see.
Let me see question 2. Let me get it. What is your opinion of your wife since she became a mother and you became a father?
Well, I think we can answer that just now in a way.
Yeah, bro.
But superwoman, boy.
Yeah, agreed. If we have to get like one word. Yeah. Like, of opinion of
I would use the same word I used before, but resilient, boy.
resilience.
Because right after everything,
Yeah.
she has to go back to being Brinnelle on work.
That's the next scary part about it,
Yeah.
another, because they only have, well, in Trinidad, 3 months home alone with the child. Well, not alone, but 3 months alone with the, you know. And after that 3 months, they had to go back to work.
No,
That's scary, bro.
But I don't want to get too much into Brinnelle's story with work. I think she could say that. I don't know if she has. I don't think she has. So, but she had to function like normal, basically, bro.
No, well, that's the thing. Because Sash was the same thing, and I don't want to tell her situation either, but she you know, she knows what she does. And to see her, but even through the pregnancy, dog, and I'm not sure if you had an experience with your wife, seeing them work during pregnancy was also an eye-opener for me. I was like, what I complaining about to wake up early in the morning to go to work when my wife, who's carrying somebody inside of them, had to do the same
thing.
And now they have to eat for 2. They have to, if you understand what I'm saying.
And it's more than just that, like even mentally too. Remember, sometimes, you know, your body going through changes.
Exactly.
Your
changes.
Your hormonal changes, and that in itself affecting how you think. You understand? So even you now, as the husband, you had to be a little more accommodating, a little more considerate, because they might react a kind of way.
Which is a hard thing, which is very hard.
I just say it.
But hey, we ain't going down here today.
I ain't gonna do that.
But you have to be, yes. We know as good men, as good men,
correct.
We know that we have to be considerate and understanding. Yeah. But for Sash, I would say superwoman, bro.
Correct.
So like how you had resilience, and I think all of these words somewhat intertwine a bit.
Yeah.
Because she's a superwoman, bro.
Yeah, and still running a business.
And as I was saying,
still serving
grinding,
clients,
still hustling,
still serving her job.
Yeah.
I was like, why it couldn't be me now?
Couldn't be me.
I was gonna make her child, don't tell me nothing.
Don't tell me nothing. I offer the rest of the year. Don't call my phone.
All right.
Yeah, I would say superwoman. If you had to put it in one word.
Yeah, so resilient for me.
Yeah.
Number 3. How does it feel to be a girl dad?
Oh Lord Jesus.
Well, trying to make me cry.
Yeah, boy. I just trying to make men do here.
Bro, I don't know. Like, with the first pregnancy, I was kind of open to anything.
Yeah.
I mean,
so let me ask a question. So when you say you were open to anything, you didn't know what the gender was?
At some point we did.
Yeah.
But, you know, I mean, when you're having a child for the first time, you start thinking about, you know, how would this be? Especially if you're seeing other people with children.
Yeah.
You know, do I want a boy? Do I want a girl?
Yeah.
And at some point it kind of interchanged.
Yeah.
And you know how some people just had a dream now. So people was like, the dream it was a boy or whatever. And, you know, shit with me. I started to say, boy, you know, I feel as a boy. So when you go to the doctor now, you find out it was a girl for Zari.
Yeah.
A little, I don't want to say disappointed.
Yeah.
Because I did want a son at first now.
At first,
But at first pregnancy.
Yeah.
But bro, it's like...
yeah, and this is like...
I feel like every man wants a son as a first child naturally. Because you want to share certain things. You want to have certain experiences. You probably didn't experience or want it for yourself. So you just kind of wanna... You have an expectation that you wanna... get those things done basically now. But when my baby girl born, boy, I didn't care about none of that
You didn't
nonsense.
care.
But
That don't matter.
bro.
It didn't matter.
That don't matter,
It
bro.
didn't matter.
But I'm a princess, sorry. I'm a twin. She have my whole face.
Yeah, your whole face.
Big up, sorry. No, bro, like, having, like, with your first child, bro, it's so weird because, like, when you think about genetics, you're thinking it's just a matter, like, how they look now.
How they look,
You might
yeah.
have similar
But the
features.
chicks, yeah.
But, like, some have traits, bro, that I don't understand how that is passed on so easy, bro.
Yeah.
Like, she will do things that I probably used to do as a child. I don't know how that look, but hey. With the second one now, you know, naturally, when it is like a girl first,
Yeah.
you tell yourself, well,
Boy.
you go for the boy. But honestly, with this time,
Yeah.
I really didn't have any expectations because, bro, like, just going through,
With the face.
yeah, but like enduring pregnancy and the whole, bro, is like, it's like so many challenges sometimes, especially for your wife. It's like, you don't care us. It's like, the sex side of the baby don't matter because to me, what matters most is that you have a healthy
It's
baby,
baby,
and a safe and successful delivery. You know?
Yeah.
And when I heard that girl, Zari was disappointed because
She
she wanted
a
a brother.
Yeah.
So when we went to the doctor and she revealed the sex, everybody happy. Zari like, I want a brother.
Oh, God.
Yeah, but bro, it's like, I don't know, but like having two girls, it's kind of like forced it to be a better
person.
person.
So do you feel like now that you're a girl dad, that you're more protective, you are more...
Definitely. Though.
Yeah.
And definitely, like at home, I think I'm probably gentle compared to before. Because my second daughter, she's very different to Zaria now. Zaria was a little challenge in terms of like, she's very persistent, and this one, she like almost obedient now. And really give trouble. I can't say obedient because she don't know that.
She don't know that she's obedient. Yeah.
But I would say by probably like on the outside, boy, I'll aggressive, boy. Like naturally, like.
Yeah.
It kind of hard to like switch that off now.
Yeah.
How about you though? Like how it feel to be a brother?
Honestly, it didn't matter whether my first child was going to be a boy or girl. It didn't matter to me. Because now I'm coming from a place where my wife and I didn't know whether or not we would have been able to have a child.
So you're just thankful that
So I was just grateful that we were getting a child.
Yeah.
But now when I found out that she was a girl, I was okay, I was content. No issues at all. I was just, wait boy, I'm gonna get another Saché. I was like, another Saché? Alright, cool, no problem.
And that's funny you say that because Brinnelle, Zari is basically Brinnelle now. And Brinnelle don't really know how to handle Brinnelle's
That's the thing. Saché can't handle Saché either. I'll be like, yeah.
No, to me, like,
Taste your own medicine.
to me, like, dealing with the kids, bro, like, it's really not that difficult. But I've seen online that they say, for some reason, it's kind of easier for dads
to deal with the girls.
I don't know, but like...
It's natural. It's natural.
It's not that... Now, let me just say it's not that hard because, bro...
No, it's I know.
Yeah, I ain't
But
saying
I understand when we say it's not that hard because I think dads just have this natural connections with their daughters because it's the same for me. You understand? It's literally the same.
I think they have like a natural, like an innate respect for the dad as
For the
well.
dad, yeah.
Because Zari listens, bro. Like, I don't really had to talk too much.
And she listens.
I had to put on my daddy voice.
Yeah.
But like once I put on that, because Brinnelle will be talking to her, don't do this, don't do that.
Yeah.
Zari moving as if Brinnelle not even in your room, bro.
Exactly.
And as soon as Zari say, hey, that lock off.
So, and just to go back to the point, I remember when a girl, and I was like, okay, another Saché, okay, cool. When London came, I was like, look at this girl, and similar to you, I know, don't matter, come hell or high water, I have to provide and give this girl all of the emotional, monetary, whatever support I could give to her. That's to me how I felt how I feel being a girl. That I just have to be there for her.
And bro, I will be honest, like that in itself is a challenge. Sometimes because
that's a huge challenge.
Bro, because sometimes it's like sometimes it's like you don't know how to make that happen, boy. Depending on what challenge you're facing.
But it happens.
Because, why? And that's the thing, like,
it just happened.
they already said churn.
It's big blessings.
It's big blessings,
Yes,
but like,
sir.
I don't know, bro. It had some things we had to get, bro. And I was like,
you just
dog,
get it.
I don't know how we doing that.
Exactly.
I don't know where you're coming from, but
yeah.
Lord, make our way.
And
Bro, it
happens.
just happened, dog.
Yeah.
I always say, boy, God will put you through nothing that
you
you can't go through. He will equip you whatever you need. You just have to have faith.
That he
Do
will
and do what you have to do.
Do what you
bro.
have to do. Yeah, totally agree with
Yeah,
that.
because even Zari was born through the public health system.
Yeah.
Zanaya was private.
That was private.
It was private.
Oh,
Dog. I didn't know. I didn't know how he was going with that.
jeez.
But hey,
It happened.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not questioning it. We giving thanks.
Give thanks to the Almighty.
Brinnelle good?
Yeah.
Zanaya good?
That's it. Yeah.
So,
Alright.
so let me see.
But yeah. Fourth question. What advice would you give to other dads on supporting moms?
You want to start with that one? Or?
Yeah. Having an open mind to go through this entire experience. And I'm saying open mind and I'm using it broadly because women go through so much during the pregnancy as well as after the pregnancy.
Just on a whole.
That's on a whole number.
Yeah.
And you literally have to be open about everything that you are going to receive.
Right.
Whether it's good, whether it's bad. Because sometimes as men, when you receive some things on the negative end, you become turned off, you become non-existent, you turn off your support.
Nonchalant too.
Nonchalant. So it's like, you can't be that way.
Yeah.
You need to understand that what your role and function is as a man,
Correct.
supporting a wife who is pregnant or who have kids.
Yeah.
Because things are going to change. And a lot of men don't understand that you're not going to go back to what life was before
Correct.
being a husband and a wife,
Yeah.
whatever the case is. It's not going to be that. It's going to be husband, wife, kids.
Correct.
Yeah?
And I will tell you, your brethrens, good, I catch kicks with you. It's gonna be a new life because it's gonna reach a point where men are customers telling you, hey, thing, we're going by so and so, we're going by wing it or whatever. At a certain point, they might just stop asking because
it don't make sense.
Yeah.
Because your priorities change, bro.
Yeah, and that's does it, especially if they don't understand. And it's not a bad thing, you know.
No, it's not a
but
bad thing.
You had a handle this scene.
And that's why I say you have to have an open mind because things are going to change. And it's not changing because, she wants you to change or whatever. It's just naturally. When you realize what it means to be a father, you naturally would want to change.
Correct.
And as you mentioned, your support system, your brethren and them. Well, lucky for me, most of my brethren who I went to school with are fathers.
That's what he said. That's a little trend I have as friends.
Most of my friends are fathers. So I remember when London was on her way, I was talking to them, getting advice, learning as much as I can because
it must be nice.
It must be nice.
I have to figure it out on my own dog. I had no guidance.
I saw it.
Yeah.
But that aspect of it is important in terms of having an open mind as a husband, and just go through the experience with her and understand that today and tomorrow might be two different personalities that you're seeing.
Correct.
But you just have to go with the flow and be like, all right, babe, no problem.
Okay. I'm coming home now.
No problem.
But why?
I want to come up before.
But why I would say that especially important when you have a newborn. I would say as the child gets a little older, you have to realize at some point you can't really pour from an empty cup now, boy.
Oh.
Yeah. Because I will tell you, as a dad of two, it really didn't have a transition in terms of like, okay, I had my first child. It had like a period we could coast through. And then, okay, we have our next child. Because even dealing with Zari throughout that whole time, it was just pace now.
Yeah.
So now when I have a second child, it's just doubly pace.
It's doubly pace,
Just thank God with the second child now, it was a little easier now. In terms of her, like she started sleeping earlier as compared to Zari. She would wake up, but once she gets fed, it's back to bed now.
Yeah.
But back to the point, basically like, even though you're a dad and a husband and you have to support your wife and your kids, you have to support yourself too.
Oh, come on.
And I'm not necessarily saying put yourself first above everybody, but like I say, you already can't pour from an empty cup. You had to remember that you have feelings. When I say sometimes when it is you're feeling weak, you might be vexed with yourself for feeling weak because you're feeling vulnerable and you're feeling like you can't do it. But sometimes you just have to be like, okay, I can't deal with it. Let me take a rest. If you're frustrated, even if you will cry, do what you had to do. But it's still important to have people in our way.
Yeah, but I think that's it.
So you see like how you have brethren who have children. I have like probably one brethren who has a child, but even him still figuring it out now. He's figuring it out together. So that's, you understand? But still, like, you just need to find a way to, like, you know, just release now, boy. So, like, what me and my brothers and I started doing is that, like, we say every month we just gonna do something as the boys now. So the other day we started, we do bowling.
Yeah, cool.
We intend to start doing golf.
Yeah.
Like, you can't have to, like, not really detach yourself from your family, but, like, you still have to find a way to, like, maintain
your sanity.
I don't want to use that word, but really and truly, that's where it is now.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah. So that's why I'd say, in addition to supporting, you can already support your wife and your kids fully.
If you are not.
If you're not good.
Yeah.
Like when they're starting, you say like when it is you board an airplane, you had to put on the oxygen mask first on yourself before
you put it on anybody else.
Yeah. Make sure and take care of yourself when you miss everything. That's all I would say.
That's actually good. That's actually good advice, bro.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of men sometimes we pour a lot into our families and we ourselves become drained. And you see that again, that team, as you rightfully said, that brethren that you have. I think that is where having friends.
That dialogue. Somebody you could actually understand what you're going through now.
Because I remember at that time a man coming in the group and was like,
It's always a group chat.
Yes, it's a group chat. You have experience your child peeing on you.
And
he is vexed. And everybody's like, but dog, that is normal. What you vexed for? But he child pee on him, but that disrespect.
He's pissed, literally.
Exactly. But at the end of the day, these things happen. And you just kind of have to be there and support. You laugh at it with your brethren. Right? And that's the thing, you laugh at it, but then automatically you just go back and you deal with it accordingly.
I do it too.
So what do you feel? That's all the questions, eh?
Yeah, I mean.
That's all the questions, eh? I think they say they have some kind of game to play, you know.
Yeah, we'll have a game.
What's the game?
Hi, good job.
Thanks.
Yay. So yeah, we do have a game, which we tend to wrap up the episode with a game, right? And you're not going to see this game on your cards. Right?
Clearly.
So we just dive right into it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's called Dad Truths and Dad Days.
Okay.
Right.
Dad truths and dad days.
Yeah, so you can choose, do you want a dad truth or do you want a dad day? Who wants to go first?
Cassell, I feel
Cassell,
this.
do you want a dad truth or dad
I
day?
feel this you.
Wait. I'll take a dad truth.
What's a parenting moment that humbled you instantly?
Wait, boy. When I had to wipe my daughter Pampers when she had a mean tooth with her. That's a humbling experience.
It's one of those that just come up the back.
I remember Saché wasn't there.
Yeah.
So I had to deal with it. And she come home, good job. I just had
you know what I had to go through? You have no idea. All alone.
that is a humbling experience, bro.
I respect it.
All right, good.
Alright, Leroy. That truth or that day?
I feel I'd be brave and take a dad day.
A that day. Alright, cool.
Oh God,
cool,
no.
Cool.
No worry. She see my little too.
Yeah.
Sing the full theme song to your kid's
wow.
favorite TV show in the most dramatic, over-the-top R&B version you can muster up.
Nah. Do that.
But how did just don't stop? That there was to you specifically.
I don't even know how I do in that house.
Choose one. I'm sure you have one in that list that you can choose.
The only thankfully her favorite TV show don't really have much words now.
Yeah.
It's basically Mom!
What is that? Which one is that?
I blew it.
Oh!
Dad! Come, let's
All right.
I find to make it even. You need to do a that truth and you need to do a that day.
Alright. But it's your turn now,
Alright,
so.
so that day, act out a full tantrum the way your child does when they can't have something. Whether it's a snack, a toy, a phone, including whining, dramatic fall drop, anything like
That's
that.
real specific,
I
boy.
think so, boy. I find this.
That's curated in a way for you to.
You write that question on the spot.
No.
Okay, so London is very dramatic, especially when she can't get what she wants. Anyways, how old London is boy? Yeah, the first thing you're gonna get is the fallback.
Like she literally throws herself on the ground.
Yeah, no, not on the ground, but
I wasn't going to throw that.
She don't ground. She just throw herself on the bed. But I don't have space to do that yet. How am I gonna do that? I don't figure it out. All right, cool.
This is very inconvenient.
So she like for some odd reason, I don't know why, but London loves my phone case.
Yeah.
So she would come and she would touch the phone, and once I say no, London, Daddy using your phone, you're gonna like, and then she'll come back again. No, London, and then she'll come back again, and then you know you gild that. All right, here you go, go and take it out. London love her show herself down on the bed.
See what you have, the man.
Anyway.
So what the man doing, eh?
That's part of the job.
Wait, not my turn.
And that truth, Leroy. Have you ever pretended not to hear the baby crying in the middle of the night just to see if Brinnelle would get up loose?
I do that last night. What are you talking about? I did that this morning.
That's easy.
Wow.
No, but eventually, I was like, hey, I had a weekend. I was out.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? You go through now.
Yeah.
I'm tired. I had a vulnerable moment. I was like, I'm tired.
Look.
And she understood. So big up you. This making you look.
You are not a father if you don't ignore your child sometimes in the night.
Hey, but wait. But let me be real, right? Even when we get up, are you gonna get the child? The child gonna keep crying until they come by all it. Anyway. Oh,
what are you waking up for?
Let me be real.
What are you waking up for?
For what?
I hold you and you crying more?
I was just.
No.
It doesn't make sense to how you be tired. It doesn't make sense.
One? Exactly.
It doesn't make sense.
I just want to make a disclaimer that our audience, right, not gonna have this up.
Yes,
When the
okay.
comment section, coming at you all, do not say.
And when all your audience, husbands and boyfriend watch it, then gonna understand and say, yeah,
As a matter of fact, we
yeah.
share to all we bridges and
Exactly.
comments
So
on this.
yes, whatever.
Yeah.
All right, great job, guys.
I feel it's the best episode yet.
Yeah,
bro.
best
I feel it's
episode.
the
Most
best episode.
views, bro.
Come on.
We're back.
Well, they had a lot to say.
They did. So, thanks firstly to the daddies for coming on and sharing their truth, their experience, everything that they feel, all real, all raw, all...
And we hope you'll do more of it. Cassell, Leroy, Cassell friends, Leroy brethren, and share because we also believe that the daddies need to talk.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're very important.
Yeah.
Yep. So, as with all things, we want to thank our sponsors, and we want to ask you all to please like, comment, subscribe, share, tag a dad.
Tag a daddy. Tag a daddy.
Tag a daddy. Let them see this.
And remember, you can get us on TikTok.
Yes, Instagram, even our
YouTube, email.
Reach out to
us. That's all for now.
That's all for now. Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day.
Bye.
Bye.